This lesson is about wanting. Even the word wanting makes me feel stressed. The Sedona Method has a very particular way of dealing with wanting, and use that as my framework. But this is where I diverge a little bit from the main method. Because Hale, the guy who leads the Sedona Method, and Lester, the guy who kind of invented it or whose experience it was based on, didn't seem to have too much trouble getting what they wanted in the world, or that's my impression. They were successful in business, in real estate, in sales. Hale had a lovely relationship with his wife. He always talked about it with amazing fondness. He had a beautiful house. He had his dream career. And, Lester was surrounded by people who loved him right up till the end. Things don't come that easily to all of us, and certainly not in my experience. I've lost a lot in life, a lot, and it's a source of sadness. So when someone starts telling me I can't want something or that there's something wrong with wanting things, it isn't particularly helpful, particularly when it's somebody who obviously gets things quite easily. And so this has always been a real sticking point for me with the Sedona Method, and I didn't really know what to do with it. So I worked out my own way of dealing with it, and having spoken to clients with similar issues around somehow finding it hard to want things and really hard to get what you want in life. And as soon as I even say that, I think, oh God, will they all think I'm really egotistical? It's like, no, we just want things. It's just being alive. We want things. And it's nice to be able to just feel you can get what you want in the world. That's our sense of agency. It's our sense of who I am. Of course, can't have everything I want all the time. But to have a reasonably robust sense that you can go out into the world and get what you want, or at least what you need, is really very much just part of being a human. And when you don't have that feeling, when you don't have that sense, when there's been a lot of things you wanted, there's been a lot of projects you've been very excited about, there's been a lot of careers or ideas that you've started and never quite finished, then wanting becomes really, really complicated. That's my experience. So this is why I treat it slightly differently from the main Sedona Method. So we're going to do a process on that actually, because otherwise it's going to be too many words and too confusing. So could you just in this moment, just experience that word, wanting. I want. I want things. And just welcome, allow, or acknowledge whatever comes up in consciousness or body sensations in response to wanting. That word, wanting. I want. And could you simply allow that to be here as best you can? And then could you welcome any and all sense that you need to do something about wanting? That you need to analyze it, understand it, have a quick scan through your history of wanting. And could you just welcome any and all sense that you need to do something with wanting things, with your wants, with your needs, what you crave? And could you just allow yourself that experience? Could you welcome, allow, or acknowledge any sense that you need to push away your wants? Push away wanting things. Get rid of it, away. Could you just allow yourself any and all wanting to push away wanting? Any idea that you need to get rid of this? You don't like it, it's uncomfortable. And just allow that to be here as best you can. And then could you welcome, allow, acknowledge any sense that you should hold on to wants? After all, don't they say, oh, if you don't want things enough, you don't get them? Not sure about that. However that feels for you. Welcome any sense that you should want more. You should want more clearly. Any sense you should hold on to wanting. And simply allow that to be here, to be welcome. And then we'll go to the other side. So could you welcome in this moment any feelings of lack? That you don't have things that you need? That you don't have what you want? And as best you can, try to avoid making sense of that. Just simply allow it to be there, just as if you were a child, right? I want it. So just allow any sense of lacking, of not having, and allow that to be there as best you can. And then could you welcome any sense that all of this, your feelings around wanting, feelings around lack, are personal, that they're about you or who you are? And that will be things like, I never get what I want too much, I'm not grateful enough. Lots of things like that. It doesn't matter how weird they are because everything's welcome here. Mine sound like a really selfish little child. Good. Yeah, great. So it's all welcome here. And just allowing that to feel as personal and as about you, which means it's always been here, it'll forever be here. All of that is welcome. And then just in this moment, could you simply allow that to all dissolve? To let go, to unwind, fall away. All those feelings and ideas and memories and concepts and predictions around wanting and lack, could they just let go of you, fall away and unwind? And then wherever you've got to with this process, could it just be okay? Whatever's still here, whatever's gone, could that simply be allowed to be here, just as it is? And so what we're doing in a process like that is we are, first of all, allowing ourselves to want things, which for some of us can be difficult. And then we're acknowledging that wanting anything often brings up a sense of lack. And then by doing welcoming, obviously you could do that process for a lot longer, we're taking the tension out of this experience. Because all of that tension around wanting and wanting things and all the memories that get activated by not having been able to get what you want in the past is quite a heavy load to carry. And it really gets in the way of getting to do more of the things you like and more of the things that people value from you, or just being more at ease in yourself. So that topic is covered in a lot more detail in the full course. But I hope that gives you a flavour of why we work on wanting itself. And then, just as in the traditional Sedona method, we also divide up wants into wanting security and safety, wanting to survive, wanting approval, wanting to be liked, wanting to be loved, and wanting control, wanting people to do things the way we think they should, and ourselves included. So once we divide up wanting into those categories, it becomes a lot easier to undo each part of that. So thank you. Thank you for your attention.